Okay, let's talk about one of the most frustrating things in medical billing. You know the one, that need more information denial. It pops up all the time, right? Well, today we're going to walk through exactly how to tackle it. I'm talking a simple step-by-step process that'll help you turn that annoying denial into a paid claim every single time. So here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll figure out what this denial really is. Then, we'll dive into the absolute must-ask questions for that first phone call. After that, it's all about grabbing the right documents, sending them off the right way, and we'll wrap it all up with a super simple checklist to make sure you've got it down pat. All right, first things first, the more information denial. Let's really get into what this thing means because it's probably not what you think. So here's the key thing to remember. This is not a final no, not at all. Think of it more like the insurance company hitting the pause button. They're basically saying, hey, we need a little more proof from you before we can cut this check. That proof could be medical records, maybe an invoice, or sometimes the primary EOB, that paper from the first insurance company showing what they covered. So really, it's just a request for more evidence. It's not a rejection of the service itself, and that's a huge difference. Okay, now we're getting to what is honestly the most important part of this whole process, that first phone call you make to the insurance carrier. If you nail this call, you're going to save yourself so much time and so many headaches later on. No more playing phone tag. So let's go over the exact questions you need to ask to get it right the first time. All right, look at this list. These are your golden questions. First, and this is non-negotiable, you have to ask, which specific records do you need? Don't guess, don't assume, get the exact list from them. Step 2, do you guys accept faxes? It's almost always the quickest way. If they say yes, you immediately follow up with question 3. What is the correct fax number? And double check it. Then, and this one is so important, ask who you should address it to. That attention line can be the difference between your paperwork landing on the right desk or in a black hole. And finally, before you hang up, just quickly confirm the denial date and the claim number. It just makes sure all your records are perfectly aligned. Okay, so you've made the call, you've got your answers. Awesome. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and actually go find those documents they asked for in your system. Now, if you're using our system, CAM, this part is pretty simple. There are 2 main things you're going to need to pull. First, go ahead and print the HCFA form. That's just the main claim form itself. Second, you'll print the medical notes that go with it. Grab those 2 things right out of CAM, and you've got a complete, professional-looking package ready to go. All right, documents are printed and in your hand. Now what? You've got to decide how to actually get them over to the insurance company. And just as important, you need a backup plan for when things don't go smoothly. So let's break down your options. So how should you send these records? This is a bigger deal than it sounds because the method you choose can seriously impact how fast you get that claim paid. Let's take a look at the 2 main ways to do it. 9 times out of 10, faxing is going to be your best bet. It's fast, it's direct. As long as you have that correct fax number and the attention name from your phone call, you're golden. Now, what if they don't take faxes? Or maybe your fax machine is on the fritz? No problem. Mail is your solid backup plan. Just make sure you get the full, correct mailing address. And yep, you guessed it, don't forget that attention line. But what about that rare, tricky situation where the insurance company says, nope, we don't accept any paper submissions? Well, you're not stuck. This is where your safety net comes in. The procedure is super clear. You need to notify your respective AM. That's your account manager. This is the critical step to get those really tough ones sorted out. Okay, we've gone through the whole thing from start to finish. So let's wrap this up with a simple checklist that you can literally use every single time you see one of these denials. This right here is your entire game plan boiled down. First, you spot the need more information denial. Step 2, you make that super effective phone call, asking all the right questions. Then you hop into CAM and grab the HCFA and the medical notes. After that, you send them off using the right method. And remember, if you ever get stuck, your final step is to escalate it to your AM. If you follow these steps every time, I promise, this whole process is going to become second nature. So, I want to leave you with one final thought. Based on everything we just talked about, what's one little thing you can add to your workflow, like today, to make this whole process even smoother next time? Maybe it's just being a little more specific on your phone calls. Or maybe it's starting a quick list of common fax numbers. Just think about it, because it's those small, consistent tweaks that really add up and make you a pro at this. Thanks so much for tuning in.